Okay, let's do some more. Dragon Warrior. Hello, subscribers and future subscribers. I'm KarmaJolt. This game is Dragon Warrior, hardly newer. And we are about to continue from where we foist left off. I started playing this game because yesterday was my friend Sean R's birthday, and he showed me the Dragon Warrior games back when we were at, like, I don't know, we must have been in, like, 5th grade or something. But last we left off, you know this game. I did a lot of grinding and didn't really make any other progress, but that's how Dragon Warrior goes, Nightwish. Hooray, I've never been first, but have you been foists? Yo, welcome in, N.D. Russell. Haven't seen you in a while. I'm glad thou hast returned. All hopes are riding on thee. Before reaching thy next level of experience, thou must gain 176 points. See ya. That's how the king sounds. That's King Leoric, who lost his daughter. No, King Leoric, excuse me, King Leoric is from Diablo. He's the king that went mad and, like, ate all of his subjects, and then became the Skeleton King. Okay, so last we left off, we fought a bunch of slimes. Ooh, we got to the point where they're running away from me. Yeah, I do have 26 attack power, so I don't blame you. I don't blame you, slime. And I decided that we were gonna upgrade every piece of equipment in the smallest possible increments. So I was not going to jump from the bamboo pole to the copper sword without getting the club, which is like the intermediate upgrade there. So in other words, I'm going to try to equip every piece of equipment in this game. I think the next strongest thing after the copper sword might be the hand axe, but let's go look. Let's go back to Garenham and see what they got for sale. I like the character sprite just holding out his sword, very, very threatening. Oh, and Nightwish, what I didn't mention about the character sprite is that his legs don't really move with his body. Like, look, he's got front leg, back leg here when he's moving side to side or looking to the sides here. But if you look up and down, the legs are left and right. So that part of his body doesn't quite move. Not really sure what that's about. He looks kind of like a horse. Or like a centaur in that regard. I'd never trust a king with a skeleton. Cupid punch? Yeah, no kings. Hey, speaking of which, shoutouts to all you beautiful kings and queens for donating so much yesterday. We did 123 curls on stream. Today it's a double reps day. If we get any donations, let's do some shoulder shrugs, Tupac Shakur. It's been a while. Hey, I just beat this game. Yo, hell yeah, how'd you like it? Gaming since the 80s. How are you? Okay, so the hand axe is the next upgrade over the copper sword, and then the chainmail is the next armor that we can buy. And I guess large shield is the next upgrade over the small shield, which is 800 gold. Voice, search the ground. Nothing there. Just some cool trees. Interesting layout for this town. Gaming since the 80s, I'm doing okay. How are you? I got Dragon Quest monsters. I got a cute plant slime named Planty. Which Dragon Quest monsters, D. Russell? Because we played Dragon Quest Monsters, the first one, a couple months ago. And I know for a fact that when you name a monster, you only get 4 letters. This game is literally 95% grinding, 5% story. Yes. And for some reason, Tupac Shakur, I don't mind it. I'm good, but it could always be better. I'm trying to be better too. Gaming since the 80s. Let's do some, just some random exploring around here. Exploring is kind of unnecessary in this game if you've played it before and you know where you're going. But there is a cave up here with an old man who's got like a stick you need or something. It's on Steam, the one where you can look around in 3D. I guess I don't know that one. Or is it a remake of the first? In which case I kind of know it. How many monsters do you have to catch before you get all the way to Plan T? Cupid punch? 1. Because maybe some of your plans don't involve monsters. And that's a shame. But my plans involve you, so welcome in, everybody. Let's fight some more ghosts. And then, I guess, go up here. There might be a way to... Oh, there's like a whole ass town over here. Hopefully I don't get whooped by any of these enemies. Okay, this guy hits me for 2, but he can cast the hurt spell. And I, like, a little bit want to play this game the way it was meant to be played, and by that I mean, like... I've beaten this game many times. I know where most of the secrets and hidden items are. As a matter of fact, this town to the northeast is called Cole. We're going to Cole's. And I know that if I search, I think 4 steps south of the baths, which is just like a square of water, I can find the fairy flute. But I don't want to do that until I get the hint about where the fairy flute is. Please save us from the minions of the Dragon Lord. I'll try. Golem is afraid of the music of the flute, so 'tis said. Yes, and the first time you play this game, if you haven't looked anything up about it, you don't know about it, you get that hint, and you're like, oh, I should write that down. The Golem guy, who I drew in MS Paint, doesn't like the flute, so I hope I find a flute at some point. Little do you know at the time that the flute is like... I don't know, either here or here. It's one of those squares, and you can just search for it, and I could get it right now. Hast thou seen Nestor? I think he may need help. This bath cures rheumatism, and also smelliness. In legends, it is said that fairies know how to put Golem to sleep. Interesting, because this person was just telling me about... Oh, he's telling me about a flute, but no connection to fairies on that flute. Not that we know of, anyway. East of Hawksness, which is not a hawk's nest, it's very different. There is a town, 'tis said, where one may purchase weapons of extraordinary quality. We deal in weapons of armor that are, you know, pretty high quality too. That's what this shopkeeper is like. Okay, so I can get the hand axe here if I want. Or the half plate, or the small shield. The old English accent, it's very funny. Sad the Game Boy Color remake doesn't have it. Yeah, no, I like that they say thy and thou, and rheumatism. Ow, ow, that's poisonous marsh, and it hurts to walk over. Though thou art as brave as thy ancestor, Foist, thou cannot defeat the great Dragon Lord with such weapons. Thou shouldst come here again. Yeah, and in Dragon Quest III, when you make it to this town, there's a blacksmith here who will make you the Sword of Kings. He'll make the best possible weapon in the game if you bring him the Ori Halcom. Cool glasses. Would be a shame if a member said, glasses change. Yo, why, welcome in. I know. I'll give you your favorites for a moment. Hast thou been to the southern island? No, not yet. To the south, I believe, there is a town called Rimulder, or is it Rimuldar? Welcome, we deal in tools. I can get the wings. I have 93 gold. Let's buy some wings. Oh my god, that sounds delicious. And there are locked doors in this town, for which I will need keys. If I want to talk to that old man, I'll need a key. But let's maybe explore this way? A Magidraki. Oh, I realize now that my HP is rather low. Maybe I should have stayed at the inn. Hey, YY, welcome in. Thanks for being a channel member. You keep wearing those without watching Gurren Lagann. I'm gonna have to rewatch it myself. I'll get to it eventually. Let's do a little bit of leveling around here. I didn't know that about Dragon Quest III. I beat the game with a bastard sword I got from a random shot guy. Wait. Tupac Shakur, you didn't get the Sword of Kings in Dragon Quest III? That's awesome. You had to have found something better than, like, a broadsword or a bastard sword, right? Now, if I remember correctly, the reason it's called that is because the bastard sword is somewhere between like a one-handed sword and a two-handed sword. And it doesn't really belong into either family and is therefore just called a bastard sword. Kind of a weird nomenclature, but I think that's where it comes from. Also, I could have sworn that I could go to the west and get to a cave with an old man in it who gives me a hint. But we'll figure that out in a moment. ZIR, I was not prepared for those glasses. I know it's Pride Month, but as a gay, you're not legally to look more fabulous than us. ZIR, I am exactly as fabulous as you. How about these? Hey, happy Pride, everybody. I already like my plant slime monster in Dragon Quest Monsters. The Dark Prince. Oh, that's the one. Okay. Yeah, haven't played that one, D. Russell. We just played the first one. We streamed it kind of recently, as a matter of fact. That was a couple months ago. Slapped him. This music takes me back. Tailstraw, I'll take you back. Those glasses are actually worn by one of the manliest anime characters I've ever seen. The Gurren Lagann ones? Or are you talking about me? With these. I am a pretty manly anime character. Whoops. The Gurren ones. Yeah, no, I gotta look that up. People have been telling me about that for years now, months now, and I still haven't even Googled it. It's on Steam. Also, I like Dragon Quest Builders. Heck yeah. I played that for a little bit. Selena, welcome in. Now that you mention it, it reminded me that this game is called Dragon Warrior instead of Quest because they, yeah, for some trademark reason, copyright issues back in the 80s. And they eventually replaced Dragon Warrior with Dragon Quest. But yeah, no, so the series was called Dragon Quest in Japan. But there was already, I guess, some board game called Dragon Quest in America. So they're like, well, we gotta change the name slightly. So the first 4 Dragon Quest games were called Dragon Warrior 1 through 4 here in North America. Socks the Cat, how are you? Almost a year from me, at least. I've been a member for 11 months now. Yo, Dagger, I appreciate you. So excited for the new DQ Monsters game. When's it coming out, ZIR? As someone who grew up in a town that didn't stigmatize homosexuality, I don't understand Pride Month and why there isn't one for straight pride. Why? I grew up very Catholic. And basically all my life I was told that homosexuality is a sin. And, like, I've been around people who would just, like, straight up bully people for being gay. Or, like, people they thought were gay. And only recently did the United States decide, okay, it's a federal law that gay people are allowed to get married. So, like... I guess, to answer your chat, the reason there's no straight month is because, like... Oh, shoot, I don't have enough MP for this guy. Let's run. I might get in trouble here. When has anyone ever, like, legally been discriminated against for being straight? You know what I mean? Hello, I'm a person. You already knew that. Oakley, I'm pretty sure I knew that. Aces, how are you? Are the other 11 months not enough for straight people? Yeah, exactly, ZIR. Being gay is in. Yo, Cupid Punch? I've always been told that homosexuality is a sin, but that it's a religious stance. Yeah, but here's the thing, is that we never really had a separation of church and state in our country. And, like, I don't know, gay people have been persecuted all over the frickin' world, you know? but that it is a religious stance, and to keep treating people as fellow humans regardless of what they believe in when it doesn't trample on others. Yeah, why? But that is not what is happening in practice, you know? I think I walked in about the right time. Yeah, we're talking about that Catholicism, Aces. Lexi, how are you? Let's fight this Scorp. The skeletons, though, if we run into a skeleton, we're kind of in trouble. I have 180 gold. Okay, maybe we get the chainmail next. We've always had a separation in our country, though. No, we haven't. Why? Because if that were true, then gay people would have been able to get married in the, you know, in the 50s and 60s when they weren't allowed. Lakaha, how are you? A wild Simon D appears. Command, yo, Simon D, I command you to click the like button. Yo, good crew here. Enigma, welcome in. My favorite chicken dish, KarmaJolt. I guess since I've never seen the discrimination, I don't really understand the point of Pride Month. Why? Okay, that's a fair admission. Yeah, no, when I was younger, I was definitely taught to think the same thing. Like, they don't need a month for that. But of course, when I was younger, I grew up very Catholic, and I didn't have too many gay friends. Or at least I didn't think I did. But then as I got older, like, I started looking for it, or I kept my eyes open at least, and like, yeah, no, I've seen it. I've had homophobic slurs shouted at me before, and I'm mostly straight, you know? I can't think of a slur for a straight person. Local male politician here. Very against homosexuality. Was recently caught with a male prostitute. Ironic. James Honeycutt. It's always the ones you expect. Yeah, it's not a true separation of church and state, and that would imply we are accepting of all practices, which is not true. Aces, I'm glad you said that. Yeah, because, like, you'd have to go way out of your way to pretend that discrimination doesn't exist, you know? To put it bluntly, YY, your lived experience is not all there is. Yeah, exactly. Just saw a sign that said, I would rather have 1,000 MAGA supporters in my shop than one non-binary lefty liberal. Who knew funeral directors were so funny? Oh my god, Lexi Wolf. I was raised in Utah, extremely Mormon family, neighborhood, etc. I still talk to them, but they saw Bi Curious on my Facebook a decade ago, and I was scared for my life with how they treated it. It's absurd, Socks the cat. Because not one time did Jesus ever say, hey, you should be mean to those people. Yeah, okay, we run from the skeleton. We run from the skeleton. Founding fathers wanted the separation of church and state. They just didn't get it. Yeah, exactly. And like in cities where I grew up, they wanted separation of church and state when, like, you know, Muslim students wanted to have, like, 10 minutes for their prayer. They're like, separate the church and state. You can't do that here. But then as soon as they want the 10 Commandments in school, they're like, yeah, let's do it. Gay marriage is only outlawed in countries because of money. If gay couples aren't having kids, taxes go down over time. I don't know about that. Taxes don't go down, tax revenue goes up. Taxes in turn then go up. That's what I meant, Dagger, so down a minute. I see. Before people get mad at me, let me clarify that I believe that lived experiences should be shared, respectful, and engaged honestly, and I will honestly engage when faced with other views. Yeah, YY. So, but here's the thing, YY, is that you're basically saying, like, well, I haven't seen it, so why do we need it? Instead of saying, like, this thing exists that a lot of people say is necessary. Why don't you just believe that these people... Maybe you haven't seen or heard their experiences. Hold on, let me think about what I want to say here. I don't know, YY. It's like you're saying, like, I haven't seen the need for this thing to exist, so why don't you explain it? Okay. The evidence is all over, dude. The evidence is all over. I said I don't understand it, not that it shouldn't exist. Yeah, no, I didn't mean to put that word in your mouth. But YY, it's like... I've never drowned. Why should oxygen tanks exist? Like, you would have to say that knowing... Like, you're acknowledging that this is your lived experience, right? So by that logic, you should go out of your way to learn about other experiences before you question their validity. Gay pride is also a practice in gay visibility. Yeah, and Cupid Punch, I know so many people who, like, they had to live decades and decades and decades of their life hiding who they truly are just because their family didn't like it. You know what I mean? Yeah, Lexi Wolf, I'm trying to say that without saying that, you know? Exactly. Pride Month is to help you understand that they experience unbelievable discrimination. And they really do, an Enigma. I've been with my gay friends before when, like, some random stranger came up and started shouting at them, you know? Jeez, just let them live their lives. I think we just fight here. Yo, James H with a cool $5. Came for the Dragon Quest, stayed for the social political debates. Hey, appreciate you. Everyone put some sort of, like, bees or honey-related thing in the chat. Hey, thank you so much for the cool $5. We're doing double reps today. So that's 10 shoulder shrugs. Pride is people taking time... hold on. I used to think that straight deserve some love, and I will agree that people need to not be extreme and hate someone straight, but pride is taking time to reach out and help people. Yeah, Socks the Cat, like, obviously, don't be a dick. But, like, to the point that, like, oh, why don't we have a straight Pride Month? Okay, well, like, straight people were never, like, denied housing because of their alignment, or they were never denied jobs because of their alignment. We never had separate rules or laws in this country, you know, based on sexuality for straight people. Questioning the validity is the basis for searching for the reason. Maybe we're missing the part that I've had a different lived experience, and speaking in safe communities like this spreads understanding. Yeah, no, why? I'm not missing that at all. I'm just saying the answers are right in front of your face, and you're asking for them. You're asking me, a straight guy. From what I understand now, I believe Pride Month exists to help people ask questions. All right. No, I mean, I don't mind the conversation. kind of lost my train of thought here. Let's say the end. It's 20 bucks, which is kind of steep, but... Hey, wait, we have 300 gold. We can afford this, this chain armor, this chainmail. What I've tried to explain to people who don't understand Pride Month, and you're not a homophobe if you don't understand, is that literally everything else is for you. Yeah, no, ZIR, it's like... Just talking about something like representation in media, right? The vast majority of, like, shows and video games and art and cartoons, the main character is a straight white guy, you know what I mean? And then, like, for some reason, these people will see, like, oh, you made the Little Mermaid black? We're gonna go on a tirade on Twitter now. And it's like, bro, like, why does that matter so much to you? There are thousands and thousands and thousands of shows that are exactly for you. Let them have this one, you know? Alex B, what's going on? Missing link. This is Dragon Quest 1. Yes, correct. And we're playing it on an actual NES cartridge on a machine called the AVS here. But there's my Dragon Warrior. And there's my tiny cat. Brain Ripper, how are you? How's the head doing today? Haven't had any complaints. No, it feels much better, Alex B. Thank you. Migraine really got me yesterday. Let me take that back. Migraine was trying to really get me yesterday, but I didn't let it keep me down. Plus, I always invite my straight friends to come with me to Pride stuff, because he's supportive. We're not gatekeeping straight people. We're explicitly shutting out gatekeeping during Pride. Love that. Psydub, how are you? Wakey, wakey to some karma. Great start to the day. Why? I want to know if you're understanding it better now. I do want to bring up this idea of, like... When is like International Women's Month? I forgot what month it is. But every single year around International Women's Month, people are like, International Women's Month, when's International Men's Month? And it's like, dude, Google it. It's in November. And the Google search results for when is International Men's Month skyrockets. I mean, it spikes to the freaking moon during Women's Month. And it really seems like those people only care about when's Men's Month when women are having their spotlight. You know what I mean? Oh, Gray. Gosh dang it. I meant to set that up like this morning and then I got distracted. You won't have to ask yet. You won't have to ask again. I'll set it up after this stream, okay? Kevin Vu, how are you? Lexi Wolf, while I agree, I am gonna remove that comment just because I don't want to. I don't want to talk about that right now. Okay, G. Alex B, I see you. Hey, look, I got 2 power. Let's do these 10 shoulder shrugs, everybody. Just to gain a little bit of power. It is double reps day, so we're doing 10 shoulder shrugs for that $5 donation. I've got 40 pounds of weight. Wait, hold on, let me angle this up a little bit more. Is that better? Yeah, a little bit better. Let's do shoulder shrugs. Ready? Oop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, good start. And to that point, people will also take to Twitter, obviously, to complain about when's White History Month during Black History Month. And it's like, dude, all these things I'm learning about during Black History Month, we were never taught that in school. I wonder why. 2 HP, 2 MP, we got a new spell? Ooh, we learned Sleep. Haha, Lexi, I see you. Luke Carroll, what's going on? I was not aware, so I guess you're doing God's work. Man who needs cookies. Man who needs cookies? Great. Thank you for that. Back in the 90s, Deep Space Nine had an on-screen scene between Nana Visitor, Kira, yeah, and Terry Farrell that had some Trekkies and other conservative persons up in arms about it. Who is Terry Farrell? I'm black. Hope that's not a problem. It's not, John F. Welcome in. Is it wrong to say that as a gay man, I'm sort of glad that corporations don't have gay flags on their logos? YTP Chocobo? No. I mean, like... corporations are so stupid. Terry played Dax. Yes, okay. Where am I going? I can't get the chain armor from here, can I? It's performative, yes. Nobody likes performative altruism. Okay, I gotta get the chainmail from somewhere else. So basically it was 2 women actors kissing, right? And they were like, ew. Why would that be bad? Some people interpret it as exclusion. What, the rainbow? No, literally the point of the rainbow is that it includes all of the colors, like a spectrum. And the idea is that the colors represent everyone. Alright, we healing. Terry, what's going on? Because AstroTurf? Wait, what are we talking about, Grimburn? Hey, thanks so much for the memberships yesterday, by the way. Speaking of corporations, you following the bricks and minifigs thing? No. Meatman! What'd it do? I went to inpatient rehab and now 2 months clean. Yo, good for you. Make it 10. Karma misinterpreted my message. It was in response to one about flags and companies. Why? I'm trying to keep up. Sorry. Bricks and minifigs is so cooked. Nothing can repair their image after this. Whoa. Malcolm R. I don't know what's going on. What are we talking about? No, Karma. The rainbow represented that God wasn't going to flood the earth again. Yeah, Gray? I don't know if you can tell that to me, a guy who lived in New Orleans for like 15 years. Yo, Nascendo with a cool $2 saying, I still remember the Game Genie code for all crits. Really? Yo, put the NES in the chat. Thank you so much for the 4 reps. Whoops. Hey, Nascendo, thank you. What's the code? ZTZ TLT? Okay, that's not that hard to remember. Who here remembers any Game Genie codes? I could rattle off a couple of them from the top of my head. Infinite Lives in Battletoads was GXXZZLVI. And then I could remember a bunch of the level select codes, like ZAXAALAE was start on level 10 Rat Race. AVVLAUSZ was a no damage code for Zelda. NXK XGLIE SMB3 for infinite jumps. Hell yeah. Long story short, they stole a Star Wars Lego collection from a sick old man, refused to give it back or pay him. The internet proceeded to do something about it. James Honeycutt? I gotta Google this now. Wish I could have a random encounter one day. Pretty cool to meet a slime. Tailed Straw? I had one of those with a squirrel once. Alright, so we're upgrading from leather armor to chainmail here. Hold on. Let me just check my stats before I do that. So I've got 18 defense power. And he's buying my leather armor. It's worn, you say? I'll buy it for 35 gold. Okay, now we're at 24 defense power. 6 more def. And then they proceeded to show their whole ass by getting police involved and threatening Patreon to take away their money. Weird. So wait, hold on. Someone explain to me what bricks and minifigs is. It sounds like a Lego created, or a Lego related content creator. Secret of Mana, cozy little game for sure. Yo, I've streamed that a bunch. Nope, it was for infinite raccoon power-up. I see. Scott H, how are you? Bill Mozart. That's the name of the store. I see. It's a Lego reselling place. I see. I see you, Missing Link. Minifigs are also a Lego thing. Yeah, that's what they call the Lego men, right? The Lego homies. Alright, let's try to find this cave that I could have sworn was like... Actually, maybe it's just up here. Nope. Secret of Man's, a lovely game. The co-op is the reason I don't despise my little siblings. Hell yeah. Yeah, that game is actually really fun. 3 players. Yeah, how do I get around this mountain range? There's a hair in my mouth, I'm pretty sure. Okay, I see it. Crazy RNG here that I'm not getting into any battles. I bumped into the edge of the ocean. I am bumping into the beach, everyone. That's the sound it makes when you kick water, I guess. I'll buy a bunch of minifigs for my nephew. They're usually pretty affordable, even if it's from a branded franchise. I remember probably... This might have been like 10 years ago at this point. I don't remember. But... someone got caught in a Toys R Us putting barcode stickers over Lego products so that when they got scanned at the checkout, the prices would be lower. Like they were taking actual barcode stickers, putting them over the barcode on the Lego products to discount the price. And it turns out that person who got caught was like the CEO of Lego. Karma can brand my franchise. Yo, Sean R., happy birthday. Welcome back. Haven't tried Mina the Hollower yet, but it looks super dope, ZIR. Just haven't gotten a chance. Some sort of consignment kerfuffle. A kerfuffle involving a change in ownership, and it's been all over the YouTube lawyer channel. Scrimburn? I gotcha. Just another dragon, what's going on? Who would have thought that some Star Wars Legos could be the cause of such deception, greed, and political intrigue? That sounds like a Star Wars line. Yo, stairs? Next to the beach? I don't know about that. Alright, can we take this guy? He still hits me for 7, even though I have chainmail armor. 7 and 6. Dude doesn't even have a weapon, he's just punching. I've been replaying Metal Saga lately. Yeah, why no? We'll get to that. In fact, I've got it right here. Strong Hands. How are you? Monday afternoon stream. Hell yeah. What's good, my dude? CEO is Robin Hooding his own insane inflated retail prices. Yeah, that was a story from like years ago. Okay, we got a crit there to defeat the skeleton. I think we do this. Zelda 2 looks like it's took some notes from the overworld in this game. Yeah, I could see that. I've been replaying FF12. I'll get to that one too, Dagger. Thy bravery must be proven. I just beat up a skeleton. Everyone's got skeletons, thus I propose a test. There is a silver harp that beckons to the creatures of the Dragon Lord. Bring this to me, and I will reward thee with the Staff of Rain. And I'll see you again. I made it rhyme. You know, your name in this somehow determines your stat gains. We were talking about that yesterday, Just Another Dragon. Yeah, so basically, there are two types. There are, I guess, there's a set number of growth types. I think there's 4 of them. Like, basically, in this game, you get Strength, Agility, HP, MP. Those are the stats you can get on level up. Each growth type will have 2 high growth stats and 2 low growth stats. Someone told me yesterday that the name that I input for my character, Foists, happened to have high strength growth and high HP growth, which is ideal. Meaning I'll have low agility and low MP, but who cares? So your growth type, your stat growth type, is determined by the first 4 characters of your name. Furthermore, your starting stats are also determined by the first 4 characters of your name. I'm pretty sure I got kinda low starting stats, but I got the good growth type, so high strength, high HP. If I had input the name Beer as the first 4 characters of my name, it could be Beer Cat, or Beer Fist, or Beer Guy, or Beer, I think. Doesn't matter. It's just the first 4 letters of your name. And it is case sensitive. But if it had been Beer, I would have gotten high starting stats and high strength and HP growth. Which is awesome. Why? That sounds insane. Karma getting FF12 soon to play on Switch? Oh yeah, you bet. Pretty interesting. It's probably more memory, a more memory conservative method than randomizing stat growth, yeah. Karma, you are a nerd, says Lexi Wolf for the cool $2. You know what? Well, you just paid me for being a nerd, Lexi Wolf, and I know you love it. Hey, thank you so much. Put the wolves in the chat, Cat Nation. KarmaJolt playing a text game. Yeah, you bet I am. Let's hurt this Scorp. Bah. Oregon Trail when? Bill Mozart? I could do that. Yo, why is this Scorp surviving so many of my hits? I'm hitting him with a sword. Magidrakey. Dono chain for the nerd, says YY with a cool $2. Hey, thank you. Wait, YY, is it a chain or a train? Hey, appreciate you. Put the Ys in the chat. We're adding 4 to the to-go counter. KJ died of dysentery on the trail. ZIR? I died before we even got started. Yo, so did this guy. Holy cow. Instant crit. Malcolm R. Arthur A, I see you too. Bill Mozart? You don't have to be joking about that. I think that would be a fun stream. Why not, says Luke C with the cool 2 euros. Hey, thank you so much. Put an LC in the chat for Luke C. Alright, so let's add another 4 here. We got 16 reps to go. Appreciate y'all. Maybe it's a train chain. Thanks for the donos, everybody. This is what I do for a living now. Dang, I got hit for 10. I might be dying now, too. I usually grind southwest of the castle so I can refill my MP. Yes. Okay. I just thought I'd grind around here so that as soon as I got the money, I could buy the next upgrade. Yo, why with another cool $2 as I crit this skeleton and it survived? Each dono is a link in the chain. Chain. Yo, why? Thank you so much. Everyone put some more Ys in the chat. Because I think we did get more Ys today. After having a respectful conversation about lived experiences, Robbie B. I usually... oh, that's the one I read. I'll read it twice. I usually grind southwest of the castle so I can refill my MP at the castle and then go back to grinding. I do love those glasses. Member or ally? Just an ally. Just another dragon. Although I did kiss Sean R. once. I really liked that pun, not gonna lie. Hell yeah, Luke. I'm not comfortable here. Let's run. Then I stabbed him, but not because he kissed me. Yeah, Sean R. and I were in West Side Story in high school. He stabbed me. Why? Been asking myself why after a lot of YY's comments. Ooh woo. CIR. Alright. You get one. But yeah, I think that's the point of his comments. We back. Woot. Fat Music. Welcome back. Zoltan, how are you? Well, maybe you do know how much we need you, but it sounded good for the moment. No, yeah, God, like, every one of my partners has been bisexual, so, like, I've been an ally for a long time. At the very least. Anyone else at work getting paid to watch Karma? Me, James, says Dagger. Hell yeah. I am James, says Quick Guns. No, and we should always have an open dialogue and everyone's opinion is valid and deserves to be heard. Work? Heavens, I would never. Mist Warrior, welcome. Yo, Socks the Cat with a cool $5. Happy Pride, y'all. If you haven't tried Mugenics, you should. Shout out to YY for being as comfy to ask questions. A lot of people don't and appreciate. What is Mugenics? Socks the Cat. Hey, thank you so much for the cool $5. Everyone put a cat and or some socks. If you've seen my comments, after a while you'll understand that I just don't understand a lot for whatever reason and ask questions based on my experience. Yeah, why? No, I do appreciate that you preface a lot of your comments with like, I'm not asking this to be offensive, I literally just don't know, you know? And I grew up with a lot of people who came from, like, real small, like, backwoods American farming towns, and, like, they knew 8 people growing up. You know what I mean? So they didn't get all of the flavors. You know, they didn't get to experience, or they didn't even have, like, a window into the experiences that lots and lots and lots of other people live. So I do know a lot of people like that who, you know, now that everything is on the internet, they're asking questions like, wait a second, you know, like, I had never heard of a drag show brunch or something. What the hell is that? I think I just spit on my webcam, by the way. And some of these people aren't asking that to be offensive. It's just that, like, they don't know anyone they can talk to about this stuff, you know? So, maybe you've got a little bit of that, is what I'm sensing. But I appreciate you. We love you, YY, says ZIR with a heart. Hey, and I'm adding 10 reps here. Appreciate y'all. Socks the cat. I can't stand my fellow leftists who stick up their noses at people because they ask questions or are somewhat ignorant of the topic. Oh yeah, no, I never understood those people who are like, what, you don't know about this thing that might be considered like niche information? Let's all dogpile on that guy. Nah, man. Your ignorance is your own fault. Okay, but, like, you don't have to be a dick about it. I'm just, like, trying to learn here. I grew up in a small town USA, says Dagger. Out in the woods. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm grinding right now. In Georgia, so I get where YY is coming from. But at the same time, once I got out in the world, I met plenty of different people and came to understand there was a lot more about the worldview I was shown. Sorry, there was a lot about the worldview I was shown that was very limited. I see ya. Never heard of a drag show brunch. Scared to look that one up. Yo, YY, how do I say this? We all know what drag is. It's really just a performance, you know? I love and I don't love drag at the same time. Like, oh my god, it's campy and it's silly and it's often funny, but sometimes it's cringy and I cannot stand lip syncing. That said, I'm there for the culture and I support it. Like, man, I love me a funny drag queen. You know what I mean? But people have this impression of drag that it's like, oh, it's sexual all the time, and it's trying to indoctrinate your children, so don't let them read books to kids. Nah, man, like, most drag shows are like, please never ever bring your kids here. For multiple reasons. Mostly because kids don't tip. But, like, straight up, like, a lot of drag performances are like, yeah, you have to be 21 to enter. You know? And, like, yeah, there are some innuendos. About as many as I make on a typical stream. A little more tame than the Rocky Horror Picture Show. Yeah, yeah. What about drag racing? Zoltan? Oops, I should pay attention. I'm fighting a skeleton. Who did a skeleton of damage. Zoltan never really got into motorsports, and I don't love what it does to the environment, you know? Let's do hurt again, I think. Dagger, I think I missed the original comment. The reason it's viewed that way is because the mainstream media pushed that narrative. I mean, just a few years ago, in the last Pride Parade, it was on the news where they had those people marching, saying, we're here, we're queer, and we're coming for your children. Happy Pride, everyone. I don't know a single person who has told me, like, gay people forced me to be gay. or gay people pressured me to be gay. I know so many people who will either tell you I was forced to be religious, or they'll tell you I was gay and my religious family forced me to not be who I was as a human being. I went to one drag show once. It was fun enough, but not really my thing. So I doubt I would go again. It wasn't really sexy though, just fun and camp and a tiny bit of cringe. Oh yeah, so I actually got these glasses from my favorite drag performer, Clams Casino, who has retired, but is still a very cool friend of mine. But yeah, no, I've definitely been to some where, like, the jokes were bad. But also, you could say the same thing about just, like, a stand-up comedy night, you know what I mean? Not trying to be negative here, but I can actively say that I had older gay men trying to convince me that I should try being gay when I was younger, man. Dagger, no, I've had people say, like, give it a shot, and if you don't like it, then you don't like it. But the message from them was, don't let someone else tell you it's wrong. Don't be afraid to try it because someone else told you that you shouldn't and you'd go to hell for it. You know what I mean? Or that it's somehow unacceptable. Yo, crit this guy. In other words, if you aren't attracted to men, or you don't want to be attracted to men, or you don't want to date men, that should be a decision that comes from your brain, not someone else's. That's what I was told. That's what I was told later in life, after being told a lot of other things when I was younger. I heard I'll go to hell because I wear glasses? Yo, Nasenda, I'm gonna wear so many frickin' glasses for you right now. Oops. Yeah, but after I knock them off the shelf. I went to a burlesque show once. My girlfriend at the time was interesting and freezing cold. It was in the dead of winter. And in a warehouse. So you're gay? Alex Main? Like, a little. Like 12%. Xerxes, I'm not even that much percent. What about you? Why is that funny? I guess my delivery is great. My GF at the time did make a clutch catch, though. She was like a stagehand, kinda. Still impressed by the catch. Wait, tell me about this. Yo, shout out. Who here going downstairs for wearing glasses? Proud glass enjoyer. Yeah, wait, Holland. So was this an actual thing? People were told that they'll go to hell for wearing glasses? Alex Main, I'm gonna remove that comment, even though it was kind of funny. I just don't want that, messing with my algorithm, you know? I had this old head tell me a couple of weeks ago, trying to say that it's a choice to be gay, so I asked him if every day he wakes up and makes a conscious effort to be straight. He said yes. Don't know how to tell him. Alex Main, I appreciate your apology. Not a big deal. Dungeons Crew, Dragon Warrior 1, such a cozy game. Never understand why so many people call it boring. You'll never understand? Look, I love this game, and I definitely understand why people think it's boring. I don't get how people can literally ask their children, have you tried not being gay, like it's a decision. Yeah, Luke, see, that argument I will never understand. Like, people are going out of their way to be gay, you know? What? Grimburn, I guess I have heard people say stuff like... God made you exactly the way you are, so if you try to change that in any way, you're going to hell. And, like, obviously people use that as, like, an anti-trans argument. But people will extend that to something like, oh, if your vision is bad, you can't wear contacts or glasses. You can't dye your hair. Really? Can't get surgery, I guess, then? If you're sick, don't have any medicine. Let's put this guy to sleep, Kevin Smith. Ooh, we put the Scorp to sleep, and we crit it. And it woke up immediately. Yeah, sleep's kind of odd in this version of the game. A little imbalanced. Wow, this brings back memories, says Kevin Smith, the guy who sent me his copy of Dragon Warrior 4. It was the first game I got to play. My dad made me beat it before I got another. Imagine a 4-year-old trying to beat and figure it out. Yeah, Kevin Smith, this is a hard one. I'm 100% straight, but did have a crush on a trans person. She was kind of uncomfortable with it. I still don't understand any part of that situation. Why? That is... Okay, that's interesting of you. I'll say that's brave of you to admit. Also, I don't understand any situation, so... Cheers. I relate to that part. I went through something similar. Why? Why? Here, everyone. Alright, let's get this hand axe. We're kinda close. We need like 100 more bucks. And the Scorps have 13-ish gold on them. I also find this game cozy. Yeah, no, it's a lot of grinding, like, especially if you already know what to do in this game and where to go. Because there's not a lot of plot to this game. There's not a lot that you have to do in this game. Let's see. Basically, all you have to do, unless there's a way to somehow skip this, and no one's figured out if that's possible or not. Azure Berry Jam says, if I had the choice to not be gay, actually, I'd still be gay. It's good that you're comfortable with who you are. That's great. Anyway, like, the things that you, I guess, technically have to do in this game are, you have to get the Stones of Sunlight and the Rainbow Drop to create the Rainbow Bridge. Then you go to Charlotte Castle and you beat the game. In order to get those, you're probably going to need some items and some help along the way. You need the Silver Harp to get the Staff of Rain. Oh wait, and then the Stones of Sunlight and the Rainbow Drop, and I think you might need Erdrick's Token. And you bring them all to some guy that's like way down south. And he takes those 3 items and gives you the Rainbow Drop, which makes the Rainbow Bridge, and then you can go into the Fungeon, aka the final dungeon. That said, you know, you only have to be a high enough level that you can, like, damage the final boss. I had a church I was visiting tell me I was going to hell for showing up with gym shorts and long hair. Yeah, why? That's a relatable experience for me, too. I had someone tell a friend of mine that she was going to hell because she was reading horoscopes. And she was like, I'm just doing this for fun, and I don't even necessarily believe any of this stuff. And they were like, too late, you're going to hell. For those of you who like this game, look into Splintered. It's basically this game as a randomizer. Alex B, were you talking about that last night, or did someone else mention that? Going to hell for reading Harry Potter? Yeah, or playing Diablo, Xerxes? Anyone see the FF Remake Part 3 trailer? They brought back job classes. Ooh, I didn't see that. I did months ago. I think somebody mentioned it last night too, Alex B. That wasn't you? If the Fungin is the final dungeon, then does a special dungeon qualify as Spungin? Yes. Yes. Thank you, Simon D. Pretty bold of anyone to pass judgment. Yeah, like, who are they to judge me? They ain't God. I have a problem with people who claim they believe in a religion but raise their own tradition over their book of truth. Why, wait, let me process that. I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. Simon D, I tend to agree. Yo, Grolix says, I was playing Parappa the Rapper. Yo, I had a dream about that game, like, 2 nights ago. And my friend's super churchy mom came storming in and unplugged the PlayStation yelling, "Kick punch, this game is teaching you bad things and you'll go to hell." Yeah, now step on the gas. Direct tomorrow. I will direct you all the time, Missing Link. Is there a Nintendo Direct tomorrow? I had a dream I was riding on a bicycle while being chased by an emaciated alligator. Dagger, that's just a Donkey Kong Country level. The Parappa stream is coming. Malcolm R, like, I've been thinking for years, like, that would be an easy game just to sit down and beat in one sitting. Probably only take me like an hour or 2. That game is silly as hell. I don't know why so many people are afraid of hell. With all the scientists there, it now probably has AC and pools. Yeah. And a lot of my friends. Ninty Direct. Well, yeah, what time is it? Tomorrow at 10? I'll be streaming. Actually, I probably won't. I'll be asleep. Because Tuesdays are tiring for me. And we get to see you spit some sick bars. Yes, like crack, crack, crack the egg into the bowl. When next Loof stream? Lexi Wolf? Probably pretty soon. I just felt like doing this for some reason. For Sean R. Alright, here we try the sleep spell, I think. Skeleton is asleep. And he woke up immediately. So, yeah, that was pretty useless. I basically wasted a turn to waste one of his turns. And he woke up immediately. Okay. Maybe not worth it. Trico, you want to see Tiny Cat? Christians have a habit of making the things they think are evil sound awesome. A little bit. Hey, welcome in, everybody. Dragon Warrior beat out Paladin's Quest. Oh, that's what I'll probably do tomorrow. Zoltan, his Paladin's Quest. Because Tuesdays, I don't have a ton of time to stream, so doing my 1 hour of the TTLS makes sense for Tuesdays. And it begins with T. So TTLS. Eating pizza while playing game. Yo, D. Russell? Amazing. I wish I dreamt more. My body doesn't get the deep sleep enough to. Yeah, neither do I because of these freaking cats. Really like the art in Paladin's Quest. It's unique, I'll give it that. Some of it's cool. It's like really busy and kind of visually overwhelming though. What day are you planning to do Metal Saga on? Why? I'm almost done with Lufia. So let's say I'll finish Lufia, probably take like a week break from starting a new RPG. And then we'll get to Metal Saga. But like, you know, I'm committed to this point because I spent the money on it. The money you gave me. So thank you. And I realize that sounds weird, knowing that I just started Dragon Warrior 1, but like, this game is, I don't know, I needed something cozy for me. Something cozy and easy. Thought it was Chrono Trigger. Yeah, no, that's definitely on the short list, Alex B. Oh, what days? Wednesdays? Oh, you want it to be a widescreen stream? Is that what you're implying, YY? I don't know. I hadn't thought of that. Zoltan, right now? Oh, wait. I have 600 bucks. I didn't realize how fast that would go by. I was grinding for the hand axe, and now we can afford it. If I bought you Crosscode, will you play it? Not to stream it, but play it. Grolix? I know Dagger wanted me to get to that game. I was thinking of streaming it at some point, but man, like, I have so many games to get to. Oh, let me think about that. Okay, attack power 28? And now let's buy the hand axe. It makes a lot more sense for me just to grind straight to the broadsword and get 1,000 gold. But I did say that I would get every item. Ah! I made the same offer. No, I'll tell you what. I'll stream that game at some point. Because I did look it up and it did look very cool. 33 attack power is significant. That's a big ol' upgrade. Your backlog is insane. I wouldn't put that on you. I got a pretty insane backlog. What? Have you done a playthrough of Illusion of Gaia? Long time ago, Fat Music. I did a tag team live stream of it with Megaharv. Okay, the problem with trying to schedule what games I'm going to stream is some of the games like this one that I'm going to play, no idea how long it will take me. Ah, Dagger, I heard about Alabaster Dawn. 10 damage there is pretty nice. Word, sick. Yeah, you can find that playlist somewhere on my channel. Don't take my game recommendations. They're usually games that'll take you a while. Donovan? The other solution would be just stream more. Just stream more often. Go faster. Work harder. Work it, make it, do it makes us. Trying to think of some game you haven't played. Clearly played every classic game as far as I can tell. There's actually a bunch of, like, old, like, NES and Super Nintendo games, and good ones at that I've never touched. Yeah, we quest in Dragons, Hero King. How are you? Oh, guys, I have skee-ball tonight, I just remembered. Today's Monday. Lunar 2, yeah, Lunar... I played maybe 10 minutes of that game, and then it crashed. VJ Spectron, yeah, shoutouts to Daft Punk. You ever play Castlevania games? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've played... So, what have we played on my channel? Castlevania 1, 2, 3, 4 on Super Nintendo. Harmony of Dissonance, Circle of the Moon, Portrait of Ruin, Aria of Sorrow. That might be it. Clips or it didn't happen. Malcolm R, it's available on my channel. I've only played Order of Ecclesia, TBH. Yeah, no, I have that one too. No Symphony of the Night. Never had a copy of that. And the return of Tiny Cat. Yo, be positive. I would play that. He never left. Good boy. It's like a mystery dungeon ARPG. Wait, what are we talking about? Symphony of the Night? To clarify, I've played like 30 minutes of Symphony of the Night, but I never got to stream it. Doom and Destiny, or any game from the Avalon series. Why not familiar? No. He's a little cutie patootie, he is. Sometimes he's a diva, like my friend Mateo McGee TV. Yo, video of the thing you did on video, or I'm unsubscribing. You drive a hard bargain, Mateo McGee. Did you like it? I mean, yes, but it wasn't my copy, you know? So I played it with my friend Safety Servbot. My version of Tiny Cat is a 14-year-old wiener dog named Zoe. She's my baby. Tiny Cat is 13, almost 13, I would say. Actually, almost 14. I know, I just like seeing new ones. Seeing you clinch that hundo in the head-to-head was super rad. Yo, Malcolm R, I'll have my friend Dustin Bonk take more video at skee-ball night. But yeah, shoutouts to my channel members who have watched my skee-ball videos. The one of my boy Bruce hitting the final ball 100 to win season 49. That has gone down as the greatest skee-ball throw in the history of Arcadia Portland skee-ball. But then Malcolm R is talking about one where I won like an individual tournament, and I happened to hit a very clutch 100 on the final throw. Against a guy who since then beat me like 3 times for like the next couple tournaments. So it's a bit of a rivalry, but like in the way that Cavaliers Warriors was a rivalry. Where I won my one and then got whooped for the rest of them. Yo, we leveled up. Courage and wit have served thee well. Thou hast been promoted to the next level. Thy power increases by 4. Yo, let's get 4 power by doing 30 shoulder shrugs. If you don't win season 69, I actually will be disappointed. Same, Mateo McGee. Alright, let's do some shoulder shrugs, everybody. We got 30 to go. And we got 40 pounds of weight total. Back straight, look forward. Back, not like straight. Back, erect, happy pride. Ready? 40 shoulder shrugs. I'm sorry, is it 30? Yeah, it's 30. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. All right, one extra. Good set. Thanks, everyone. Cat Quest is kind of fun on Switch. Yeah, Jackie J has been playing that. Simon D. All right. Glasses change? You got it. How about these? I haven't worn the checkered flag ones in a while. Cotton Eye Joey says, I had a major ear surgery as a kid. On the way home from the hospital, my parents stopped at Blockbuster and bought me Dragon Warrior 1. It's still my favorite. Hell yeah. Wait, they bought it from Blockbuster? Not just rented it? Or is that what you meant? Either way, hell yeah, that's cool. Should we try to do a glitch? They bought it. I still have it. Hell yeah, dude. This glitch requires like a lot of setup and probably some luck because I do need to... Yeah, in order to do this glitch that I'm thinking about, I'll need a key. And in order to get a key, I have to go across to the other continent. Yo, Grimburn sent 5 KarmaJolt gift memberships. Hey, thank you so much. Everyone put a flame and a skull in the chat for Grimburn. As You Were Berry Jam received a gift membership, as did Wilma. I'm not gonna read that, actually. Creeper Bro. Scruffy the Janitor. This is no longer my name. Hey, hell yeah. Grimburn, thank you so much. We're adding 60 to the to-go counter. Because we're doing double reps, right? So if a membership is 12, then times 5 is 60. That's math. You're welcome. Yes, do the glitch, then we'll all be on the short. Grolix? It's a little risky and I might die. So before we do it... Actually, it does require that I die. So that won't be so bad. Yeah, Azure Berry, like, I've been wanting to get to Mina the Hollower. I just, haven't quite gotten there yet. But it looks really cool. We aren't getting over 200 again today, are we? Wait, why? You say that as if that would be a bad thing, or am I just misinterpreting? Anyway, I bought some wings, everyone. Delicious. Herb? Wings, torch. Actually, let's buy some herb while we're at it. The herbs heal you for a substantial amount. Like, they heal you more than the heal spell does. So they're good. Up until the end of the game, you know. Die in-game or in real life, because... Oh, I see you, YY. Okay. Thanks for the gift. Hey. Yeah, welcome, everybody. Thanks for being here. Okay, so there's a cave down here. In the poisonous marsh. So we might have to take some damage to get to this cave, Aspius. But in this cave, there is not only a path that takes us to the southern continent, there's also like a cell where essentially the Princess Gwaelin is being held captive. I am not nearly strong enough to fight the dragon that is guarding her. Follow best practices. So I'm just gonna get to the other side. I remember how to get there, though, without being able to see in this cave. You just want to hold down until you bump. Okay, well, we got into a battle with a Druin. Druin? Druin like a Bruin, I guess. What is a Druin? Looks like some sort of shellfish. A crab with 2 hairs. So again, we're going down until we hear the bump. Then we go right until we hear the bump. Down until we hear the bump. Right until we hear the bump. Ghosts? Don't interrupt me when I'm making a short, probably. Then down again till we hear the bump. Then left. Oh look, there are the stairs. Easy money. Now I'm gonna keep my HP super high. With the herb. That would have been a funny joke there. As we try to get to the next town of Remolder. I will encounter some tough enemies here that I can't quite handle. Because we gotta go a little bit farther south. Let the man do the glitch, ghosts. Yeah, so Garlix, before I can even think about doing the glitch, I have to go get a key from Remulder, which is where I'm going now. And that's probably the hardest part. So, yeah, we have to go down and around here. Let's run from the wolves. Wolf hits me for 13. We might be able to make it to the town. Well, not with this encounter rate. And I got surprised. And hit for 10. Getting unlucky here. Okay, well, we ran. And then he caught up to me. And we ran again. He caught up to me again. Oh, he attacked. Shoot. Let's use an herb. Much better. Okay. We made it to the town of Rimmuldar. No, I have no tomatoes. I have no tomatoes today. That sounds suspicious. That sounds like something that someone would say if they had a lot of tomatoes that they didn't want you to know about. You are Foist? It has been long since we last met. Yeah, Foist and last. What? Let's talk to some people here. The scales of the Dragon Lord are as hard as steel. Which we haven't invented yet. That wolf's not playing. He was not. Please come again. Yeah, I can't afford any of that right now. Looking for clues here. Who art thou? Leave at once, or I will call my friends. What? I'm not one of your friends? Put the tomatoes in the chat. Quick guns. Art thou the descendant of Erdrick? Hast thou any proof? Everyone keeps asking that. Look, I'm the only character who can walk in a non-random pattern. Over the western part of this island, Erdrick created a rainbow. Happy Pride! It is also said that he entered the darkness from a hidden entrance in the room of the Dragon Lord. Yeah, that's a very important clue. Thou shalt find the Stones of Sunlight in Tantagel Castle, if thou hast not found them yet. There's a person down there. 2 tomatoes. Take it or leave it. Trico? You can have them. Don't come over here, I'm peeing. All true warriors wear a ring. Yeah, that's like probably one of the few NPCs in the game that changes his dialogue at some point. Heed my warning. Travel not to the south, for there the monsters are fierce and terrible. Before long, the enemy will arrive. In this world... Oh, I just realized we did 30 reps, right? So what I meant to do was this. In this world, it's kill or be killed. This is a magic place. Hast thou found a magic temple? No. Go to the south. In this temple, do the sun and rain meet. Oh, that's neat. Jacob D. Goldman says, a gold man approaches. Hey, appreciate you. Alright. Let's do this dumb idiot glitch, everyone. I'm gonna need a key first. I am Orwick. I am waiting for my girlfriend. I have a girlfriend. Cool, dude. I don't. Happy Pride. Welcome. Magic keys. They will unlock any door. Dost thou wish to purchase one for 53 gold? Yes, I do want to purchase one. Let's get a couple of them, as a matter of fact. And then, just to show you. There's a lady over here. Orwick is late again. I'm starving. Yeah, no, they probably said, meet me at the corner of town, and then they went to the wrong corner. Karma is about to glitch your girlfriend. Yeah, Robbie B, we're about to do the infinite gold glitch. Okay, so just like Robbie B said in the chat, we're about to do the infinite gold glitch. And you cannot do that unless you have at least one key, which I have purchased from this shop. I have 3 magic keys. That's overkill. But yeah, this is the whole reason I came to the town of Remulder at level 8. I really don't have any business being here this low a level, except that I need a magic key to do this glitch. But now we're going to use the wings to go back to Tantagel Castle. And then we're going to go to the cave that is southwest of here. I hope I remember how this is done. Foist's coming was told. What did they say? Infinite gold, yay! Okay, so which cave is it? It's like... I have to go, like, up and around before I can get there, right? I can't just go this way. I actually don't remember. Yeah, I'm kind of walled off here. It's that. How do I get there? Okay, I do have to go up and around. Excuse me. The cave with the fighter's ring, yes. I'm writing this down so I can do this IRL. Growlix, I'll make it into a short so it's easier to digest, to consume. That's the word I was looking for. Yeah, no, eventually we'll fight gold golems. Cotton Eye Joey. There's no casino in this game, Toad Who Codes, and it's such a shame. It's this way. Skeletors. I'm not going too far, am I? Ghosts. We're hitting for 16 now. It's like we're stronger or something. Okay, so I've come to this cave, the one with the fighter's ring. And, like, I don't have to find anything in particular in this cave. In fact, you don't need to be here at all. But our goal here is to open 2 treasure chests. Which I think I can do somewhere around here. I might want to go downstairs, actually. Let's take this. I found an herb. I hope I'm not misremembering this. I don't know if I need to be on the top floor or the bottom floor. Robbie B, do you remember? Or does it not matter? I might even look it up. Let me real quick. Infinite gold glitch. Dragon warrior. Open 2 chests, it doesn't matter. I can be on either floor. Alright, let's take the stairs. Well, those stairs brought me nowhere. Bump. Well, while we're here, we might as well find the fighter's ring, which does nothing, by the way. Hmm? And does it have to be exactly 2 chests? Ooh, a KarmaJolt. He knows hurt. That only did 4. He dodged my attack. Now to the tiny cat report, yo, Trico. He turned around and got comfortable in a different spot. Back to you, Trico. Oh, I went the wrong way. Maybe I should have looked up a map. Yeah, Robbie B, I guess I was wondering, does it have to be exactly 2 chests? I don't think it does. The problem is, where am I? Yeah, I might look up a map real quick. VG Maps. Dragon Warrior NES. Thanks, VG Maps, not sponsored. And the name of this cave is... I guess the Mountain Cave? Alright, I see where I'm going. Magician ran away, huh? That's what I'm looking for, I think. Alright, thanks for the help. Oh, I see where I am. More Scorps. Alright, the enemies in here aren't too bad, but one floor down, I think they get worse. Here we go. This is what I want. Dang it, I keep searching instead of taking the stairs command. Okay, so let's go, like, up and around here. A Drakema we're running, I think. A droll? That means funny, right? Hello, I'm wasted, says Nick the Frenchie. Hey, welcome in. Alright, this guy's only hitting me for 1 to 3 damage, CJ. How are you? And Ramble Fox. Okay, so let's take this chest. I found a torch. And this one as well. And we found the fighter's ring. Not really relevant what we found, but as long as you take at least 2 treasure chests from the mountain cave, you can do this glitch. But the next thing that we want to do is hang out here until we die, so let's try to take a death here. Well, that guy's healing himself. Good old Dragon Warrior 1. Might buy this on my NES. It's real cheap to find a copy of this game. Are you secretly French? I'm pretty openly French. Sometimes, Nick the Frenchie. Alright, this guy's chipping away at me. Well, I'm exploring. Skeleton draws near. Alright, this guy's gonna hit me. This guy's gonna hit me pretty hard. Skeleton? Don't kill me. Actually, do kill me. Dang it, I killed him first. That's okay. A warlock! That guy was just added to Diablo 2, and he put me to sleep. And he put me to hurt. That did 3 damage? Okay, so now that we've died, we're going to warp back to Tantagel Castle, and the king will be like, I'm pretty disappointed that you died. Death should not have taken thee, Foist. Alright. And now that we've warped back to Tantagel Castle, I'm gonna use the stairs command to come down here. And I do have a key, so I can open this door to the treasury. Now, if you did the glitch properly, what you can do is you can take these treasure chests, and once you take enough of them, you'll notice that taking the treasure chests no longer removes them from the environment. So I can infinitely take the gold from these treasure chests. So I happen to get 3 treasure chests from the mountain cave. But if you take at least 2 treasure chests, you can take all of the treasure chests from this room, and the final treasure chest will fail to despawn after you take it. So long story short, if you go to the mountain cave and you take at least 2 treasure chests, you can come to this room in Tantagel Castle as long as you have a key. And once you take all of the treasure chests, there will be at least one that doesn't despawn after you take it. So you can keep taking the gold from it over and over again to get maximum gold. You can, not infinite gold, because it'll cap you at 65,535. But yeah, go to the mountain cave, take at least 2 of the treasure chests there, then die. You will be warped back to Tantagel Castle. Then, once you get to this treasure room, just keep taking gold from the treasure chests, and at least one of them will fail to despawn, and you can just keep taking gold from it over and over. So we made a money machine, everyone. Infinite gold glitch is right, CJ. Dang, infinite gold, says Simon D. Yo, Robbie B, thank you so much for the help. So let's get ourselves up to like 1,000 gold and then buy that broadsword. Is it repeatable or is it a one and done thing? You can do it multiple times, Baldur's Night, I'm pretty sure. Actually, I don't know. I don't... In Dragon Warrior 2, I know that there are a lot of chests that will, if you grab the treasure chests from the caves, then reset the game, they will respawn. I don't know if it works the same way in this game. Let's test it out. Trico, I might. If it caps you, can you come back and have it work? Yeah, I think you can, but I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, look, like, obviously I keep taking this treasure chest and it doesn't disappear. I can take from it over and over. Now, I want to say the reason for this is because the game was programmed to only have, like, there's no area in the game that has over, like, 7 treasure chests in it, right? And so there's a memory address for up to 7 treasure chests, something like that. And usually when you leave that cave, the game will update those memory addresses. But since I died in the cave, the game thinks that I took 2 treasure chests from the cave, and then there are like 5 or 6 more treasure chests in this area, but it doesn't realize that I'm out of the cave. So it cannot, like, I guess deactivate the memory addresses for this many chests. And that's why taking from this treasure chest will not despawn the chest. I'm not explaining it like great, but you get what I mean. Boom, 13 gold. 12 gold. Oops. Nick the Frenchie, what? Yes, exactly. That's definitely what I meant. Pretty good explanation, actually. Hey, thanks, Robbie B. This game is pretty loose with how it tracks collected chests, like how we talked about in Dragon Warrior 2. This game also used a password system and limited what exactly it would keep track of. I see. So, yeah, a lot of the chests in this game will respawn. Oh yeah, by the way, and we found this fighter's ring. Let's put that on. Foist, put on the fighter's ring. As far as anyone can tell, the fighter's ring does nothing in this game. Nobody's really even sure what it was supposed to do. So, in Dragon Warrior randomizers, when you find the fighter's ring, it gives you like a small bump to your strength. Someone programmed that in to the Dragon Warrior randomizer. Eat the rich, Nick the Frenchie? Agreed. Don't 95% of NES games as a whole not keep track of things very well? CJ? A lot of them don't, you're right. But you're rich now. Not yet. I'm getting there. Nick the Frenchie. Dang it. I'll keep trying to open a door. Talking about eating the rich. Yeah, Let's go. NES games are usually built with chewing gum and duct tape. Simon D? These days, they're built with more than that. Alright, actually while we're here, I can go through this key door. I have 2 keys. In fact, I think you can buy keys in Tantagel Castle as long as you have a key that opens this door. Magic keys! I can buy them for 85, huh? Yeah, they're way more expensive here, too. When the sun and rain meet, a rainbow bridge shall appear. It's a legend. So are you. I'm looking for the castle cellar. I heard it is not easily found. If thy hit points are high enough, by all means, enter. I'll try. Let us wish the warrior well. May the light be thy strength. Yeah, so this right here, this rainbow pattern on the floor, is actually a very damaging floor that deals 15 damage every time you step on it. In Garenham, look for the grave of Garen. Thou must push on a wall of darkness there. Yeah, so that guy gives you a pretty direct hint about what to look for in Garenham. Weird that my text box didn't become red when my HP was 5 there. But hey, let's go out this way. 15 HP of damage tile, yeah, What's this? Stairs? Ew. Those are the worst. I've been waiting long for one such as thee. Take the treasure chest. I found the bamboo pole. Huh. That's not supposed to happen. Interesting that the stones of sunlight are not in this treasure chest after you do the infinite treasure chest glitch. Okay. I'll come back here after I reset the game at some point. But yeah, in that treasure chest, you're supposed to find a key item. Instead, I found a stick. So I think I'm gonna save the game and then reset and then go get that treasure chest. That's a weird side effect that I didn't expect. Kinda cool. Okay, let's save the game here. Let's not continue that quest. Rest then for a while. And we're gonna reset. Push start, continue quest. And then let's go back to that room. Is the key item a key? No, it's rocks. Quick guns. The developer of this game said it was meant to be a joke item or a red herring. What are we talking about? The fighter's ring? Alright, let's get one more key. The fighter's ring. Oh, they actually said that. I see. Like it was never meant to be anything? Okay, I've reset it. Now let's search this treasure chest. Whoops. It's empty. Can I not get the stones of sunlight now? Oh wait, I have them in my inventory. It said it was a bamboo pole, right? But I guess I do have the stones of sunlight in my inventory. Okay, so we didn't ruin it. We're not locked out of the ending here. We did actually get the stones of sunlight, but it said that when we searched that treasure chest, it gave us a bamboo pole. Crazy. We are equipped with a hand axe still. There's an NPC that says real warriors wear rings. Okay, I guess I never realized though, like, I guess I was under the impression that it was supposed to do something, but it was bugged and didn't work. But what you're saying is, yeah, it's just an item that you can get that does nothing. And that's exactly what it was intended to do. That's funny. Oh, I forgot to, like, heal and stuff. That's fine. I had my mandatory mime class. Nick the Frenchie? I'm having that soon, too. I did mean to go this way, I think. Yeah, around a bridge. Upon second examination, it appears this long wooden rod is in fact a round stone object. Easy enough mistake to make. Love that. Karma, have you ever played Hide Glide? Yeah, like a little, CJ. I think I played the Sega port of it. Sega Genesis. Okay, we go this way. I'm buying myself a sword. A sword. So I can hit even harder. This hand axe, the hand axe served me well. But we're getting the next upgrade, everyone. See ya. 2 gold. Very important. Bat. Boom. Got the scorp. I love the S word. I'm about to get a new S word. Okay, so hand axe is giving us 37 attack power at this level. What's next? I can't get the broadsword from here. Do we upgrade our armor instead? I think so. The half plate was the next step up, right? Wait, hold on. What was my defense? 26. Yo, Hart, what's going on? Having a great time. Thanks for being here. I love the Indiana Jones sounding ripoff music and highlight. I forgot about that. Gosh dang it, I didn't buy it. You should get the large shield next. You're right. 32 defense. Okay, okay. Might buy some wings, just to travel back. Eventually we get the return spell, which allows us to fly back to Tantago. And I love that you can open that door or walk around. This one, though... Alright, let's see what this guy has to say. Hast thou found the flute? No. Howard had it, but he went to Remolder and never returned. Yo, that's the other guy that was in those Nintendo Power comics. Ah. Did we not speak to a Howard in Remolder? So yeah, cool that there's a Nestor and a Howard, which were the names of the characters in the little comics that they had in Nintendo Power. All right. We traveling back. I know where the flute is too, Robbie B, but I don't want to... I want to find out how you're supposed to know where it is before I grab it. The Howard and Nestor comics in Nintendo Power, kind of fun. Yeah, Simon D, and we were talking yesterday about how, like, a lot of people... Actually, a lot of people in the stream yesterday were saying that they got this game because they subscribed to Nintendo Power. There was a promotion where Nintendo Power was like, hey, if you subscribe, we'll give you a copy of this game. So that's why so many people had this game growing up. And why it's so easy to find these days. Alright, we healing. I get it, that's why I didn't say anything. Yeah, no, I mentioned that, so the flute, the fairy flute, you find a couple steps, 4 steps to the south of the baths in Cole. But before I actually dig it up, I want to talk to someone who gives me that specific hint. Cult of the Glenda. Oh, I used to play this in college. It was a retro back then, too. I'm not that old. Welcome in. Alright, everybody. Let's save the game and call it a stream, but we're going to do 60 shoulder shrugs. Thank you so much for the donations. Ready? Let's do these reps. Misha plays, I see you. Okay, okay. And then I'll probably be back to stream after skee ball tonight. But let's do the shoulder shrugs. We got 60 to go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 69. Hey, thank you everybody for the shoulder shrugs. Yeah, I might be back with some of this later tonight just because I'm feeling it. But that'll be after my skee-ball league. So, hey, thank you so much everybody for watching me play a little bit of Dragon Warrior on the Nintendo NES system. And until next time, this is KarmaJolt signing off. Tell your friends I'm great.